Beep, 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 beep. How you doing? Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the court of the EDI Jester. I can't believe we're in September. Can you believe we're in September? Where does the time go, I ask myself, in this terrible fight that we find ourselves embroiled in? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. As I've already said, hello everyone, let's talk about Suella Braverman. Is it Braverman or Braverman? I don't know. Is it A, Braverman? Is it B, Braverman? Somebody tell me in the bloody doobers, all right? Links in the doobers as usual. We've got an article here about Suella Braverman with the title, Woke Police Are Damaging Public Trust. Now, this is interesting, you see. We know that woke policing is a problem if you look at the work of We Are Fair Cop. Sarah Fillimore is particularly active in the space, but we know that they have form and that the public is definitely getting fed up with them. So it says here in this article from The Telegraph on the 1st of September, public confidence in the police is being eroded and needlessly damaged because of officers who are politicised and partisan, the Home Secretary has warned. In an interview with The Telegraph, Suella Braverman revealed that she had instructed Andy Cook, His Majesty's Chief Inspector of Constabulary, to investigate the unacceptable rise in police taking sides on controversial issues, and then to report back to her. Now, this is a good thing. We're on the right road here, folks. When this sort of thing's happening. I mean, for those of you that don't know, didn't we have a pensioner arrested for photographing a sticker? What were they thinking, right? We've then had that poor girl that was dragged out of her home, there's no charge. There's no charge. There was no charge, by the way. Dragged out of her home by the police. And with that sort of blonde woman, where I got mad and started screaming about bring back the height restriction. So we get big policemen, big burly bruisers that know the law wouldn't be a bad idea. So we've seen this has got form. And then on the other hand, somebody, that Sarah Jane Baker, bollock boiling eater, whatever he did to himself, right, gets off for actually inciting violence by saying, I'm just stupid. Yep, Sarah Jane Baker, you're many things. Stupid isn't one of them, I feel. So there we go. They seem to be a bit out of control, to be quite frank. So what Suella also said was that she feared that pandering to politically correct causes was distracting police from fighting crime. Well, so she's written to the chief constables in England and Wales, the head honchos, expressing her concern. It comes in the wake of the rows over woke policing, including a hate incident recorded by officers after an autistic boy accidentally damaged a copy of the Quran, and police investigating tweets by feminists voicing gender-critical views. How did we get here? Do you sometimes sit back and go, how did we get here? How did this happen? Why am I here? How did this lunacy come about? But we're here. But it's going to get worse, folks, so, wakey, wakey. Miss Braverman said, in recent years, we've seen an unacceptable rise in police partisanship and the police straying into politically contested areas. Now, despite the fact that we've known that this LGBTQ plus nuttery, right, that's been going on, is not good for anybody, least of all the gender crits and women, children and homosexuals, you've still got police forces that have got, the bloody vile progress flag tattooed on their backsides, which they then stick out the window. They're still doing it, aren't they? Look at this! Look at my tattooed bum! So they obviously haven't got the message yet, that there's something terribly wrong with all this. That it's a bit, da-da, 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 here come the fascists. But they're still going for it, which is most peculiar. So, there was also another, which is highlighting more issues, highlighting issues such as police referring to self-identifying trans rapists as she or her, and officers taking the knee at Black Lives Matter demonstrations. Is there anybody in the Western world who doesn't get what Black Lives Matter were yet? Is there anybody that's still there going, I support Black Lives Matter? Is there really? Oh, yes. Yeah. They're usually the ones that are talking cobblers on Twitter, and you go to their profile and it'll say, hashtag BLM. Every time. Hashtag LGBTQ plus. Hashtag, trans rights are human rights. Hashtag love is love. Hashtag rubber small boy. It's all that sort of stuff. They've always got it in their profile, haven't they? Always, right? So what Suella says that some of these examples that I've mentioned are having an insidious effect on public confidence. And I think Suella is right about that. Police deserve respect, they deserve public confidence, but in too many instances, that confidence has been eroded and needlessly damaged, which it has. Miss Braverman revealed that she was also very concerned about the level of violence at Notting Hill Carnival this year. Didn't 7 people get stabbed? I can't. Saying she wanted the police to assess what more could be done to make the event safer. She said victims of theft were being let down, told middle-class cocaine users that they were killing people, and said she supported the idea of every community having a named police officer. Well, that 25 years ago, I got here to Manchester, we had a fantastic police officer called Sam. Sam, who, if I'd had my way, to be fair, about the height restriction, he would have been in the police. But he was a little round fellow with a beard. So I did feel somewhat of a kinship with Sam. And Sam was our local community police officer. That was the norm. You know, that she talks about, I think they should have. We always had it. It's not like it wasn't a thing. It was a thing. It was a thing. You know them. They'd have a cup of tea with your mum in the morning. Sat on the wall in the summer. That was it. So it's bring it back is what I say. I think that was a good thing. Have your local Bobby, you know it is. You can always go to him then. Here, I'll tell you the problem. India Willoughby. Windy Bouillabaisse, as I call her. Right, him. Right. When I see the police chiefs, she's coming back now to the police chiefs who obviously run the show. So that's something we've got to be aware of, is the fact they run the show. When I see the police chiefs at some forces declaring that they are institutionally racist, I think that they should be more concerned about tackling knife crime, catching burglars, and stopping antisocial behaviour. She said, it's not a helpful term and doesn't do anything for the public who the police are there to serve. Now, this article, which I think is great, Dawn Butler came out and said something about it. The racism that came out of her mouth was surreal. She said, yeah, if Braverman won a woman of colour, she wouldn't be able to say this. That's what she said. Dawn Butler. I don't know where it is. I saw it on the Twitter. Go and have a look, see if you can find it. Dawn, babies aren't born with a sex. All right, Dawn. Call the people with the white coats. Dawn, stay calm. Do you want a cup of tea? How about Claire? Stay calm, Dawn. How long are we going to be? 15 minutes. Keep her talking. Dawn, I'm bonkers Butler. So, I said, when she said this, Suella said that she'd been called the B word in the street in the past, but said she did not believe that Britain was a racist country and warned police forces against declaring themselves institutionally racist. It's a nonsense that people do. We are institutionally racist. Right, okay, I'll get you the whip, the sackcloth and the ashes, you twit, right? Then when I see police chiefs of some forces declaring that they're institutionally racist, I think you should be more concerned about the knife crime. There's the key, you know? Why aren't they doing the stuff that matters? You get something happen to you now, you know, you bring them up. There was that lovely story, wasn't there? About the guy who rang up the police and said, you know, there's somebody burgling my garage. And the police said, yep, okay, well, we've got nobody we can send at the moment, I'm so sorry. Oh, okay, right, thank you very much. And then he rang up and said, I rang up earlier on about somebody burgling my garage. Don't panic, I've shot them. And 2 minutes later, there were 8 police cars there. The guy said, look, he said, where is he? I said, look, where's who? The police said, I thought you said you shot the burglar. He said, I thought you said there was nobody available to come. It's great, isn't it? I loved stuff like that. That's how you deal with people. So anyway, her comments come at the end of the week in which the government has sought to highlight its efforts to fight crime, announced an agreement by police forces to investigate all crimes when there is a reasonable line of inquiry. New laws to make it easier for police chiefs to sack officers found guilty of gross misconduct, and legislation to force criminals to appear at their sentence hearing. That's on the back of the fact that that murderous woman refused to come to court for her sentencing. She should have been there. I mean, on video cam. I don't want to pay for her to get there. But on video cam, she should have been there, so we can see her. Suella continues, I've instructed the Chief Inspector to look more closely at this issue and to see what effect it's having on public confidence, on perceptions with the police and effectiveness of the police. What does the public think when they see this sort of thing going on? She said, police should not appease politically contested views, adding, so for example, when a child accidentally scuffs a Quran, the police should not be investigating that as a crime in an attempt to engage with communities. We don't have blasphemy laws in England and Wales, and it's not the police's job to enforce non-existent religious blasphemy laws. Well, I would suggest that if we're not careful, we will have blasphemy laws in this country. If we're not careful, we will. And it won't just be about religion. What about the Church of Gender? Eh? That's blasphemy, isn't it? You can do, when it comes to them, you can do a Kenneth Williams almost, that kind of infamy, they've all got it in for me. The Church of Gender is most certainly a manifestation of a religion that believes very strongly in blasphemy laws. They get any power to do so, they will pass laws that will mean people will go to jail for misgendering somebody. You will speak our language or else. That's what that's saying to you. Okay, bear that in mind. So Suella is, come out, fight in, go Suella. Go and read the rest of the article. It's in the Telegraph, so it won't hurt you. It's not the Guardian. It's not, toxic. Oh, I put up a tweet yesterday. This always works. It works a treat every time. Was it yesterday or the day before? I put up a tweet saying, you will vote Tory. Nothing is more important. They run those, mine. It's like, it's like you press that button, it's going to work. They run, I know, it's sad, I'm going to have to. All the things that people say, the stuff that's going on in people's heads is so revealing about where we are as a country and how it's necessary for us to understand we got in this absolute bloody mess. Absolute bloody mess. But hey, as they say, hey-ho, I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee. And I thank you, lovely. I thank you for listening to me. Go and buy me a, thingy and come and join the Warrior Teacher Programme. I'll see you there. Bye.